Hey guys. So yeah, this is obviously not my typical background. Um, you're getting a sneak peek at the behind the scenes. This is my office. Um, this is where I live, I sleep, I eat. My office. Yes. Anyway, it's my bedroom because we have friends over and friends and family over. And my downstairs my downstairs set has I have a set downstairs, the one you're used to seeing. It's being taken over. Ping pong is available in there, so you guys get to see my very cool room. And unfortunately, there's no way I can possibly sit still on chairs like this, and this is the only chair I have in my room. So we are going to work with that. I'll give you a little tour. I'm trying to think of a topic for today still, to be honest. I do think I do. There is something I want to talk on. I'm just not sure this backdrop is the best for it. But we might wing it anyway. But first, I'm going to talk on the health system in Canada. So don't leave. It's intense. First, do harm. That's the slogan. So stay around for that. First little tour. This is my friend, the Stradale XX. It's a beautiful, beautiful Ferrari Stradale 90 XX, I think. I'm not sure if I'm getting those numbers around the right way, but anyway, very nice car. For some reason, that's not my favorite car, but I haven't changed the picture, and I still like it. I'm still going to get one eventually, so, it's one of the cars, but I should really have like a Porsche or a Rolls on there, because I like the Rolls. And anyway, let's do a little tour. We got like the most important books that I'm currently reading right there. Lego minifigures for some reason. All of my recording audio and footage there. My watch collection. You guys see my watches? This is my watch collection box. If you come to my place, do not steal my watches. This is another box. Now, I'm going to have to ask you, what do you think is in this box? This is another great collection. In fact, I think every masculine man should have a collection of these. But I'm not going to tell you what they are. I want you to guess. See if you can figure out what those are. It's going to be hard to not sit like I normally do in my office. In my bedroom. And that's my bed, obviously. And over here is my guitar. This thing is so much fun to play. I love my guitar. I just bought this like a year ago. It's a fun guitar. I'm not going to play anything for you guys because I haven't practiced anything, but I could if I wanted to. I could, trust. Anyway, guitar. And that's my younger brother's guitar because I teach him guitar. And that's all the guitar chords. And then I have one of my favorite verses. You will be blessed when you come in and blessed when you go out. Such a good verse. You should have that above your bed too. There's an empty space on my wall up there because my Badger friend is downstairs at my set. That's a signed copy of a Jordan Peterson poster that I got when I went to one of his events and got to meet him. This is my Bear and Bull statuette, because, well, if you don't know what a Bear and Bull statue represents, then what are you actually doing, man? Like, come on. And then, what else do I have? Lots of Rubik's Cubes, because I went through a phase of that. Some knives. My Bible college first year, or my Bible college graduation certificate. Is there anything else? That is like a pile of records and my amplifier. Anyway, to the topic at hand, because let's actually lock in here and discuss some stuff. I'm going to close this because it's a little distracting to me, keep glancing over my shoulder. Topic at hand, and I want to talk about the healthcare system in Canada because it is trash. It is garbage. It's messed up, man. And what I want to say basically is I just want to encourage the use of natural things. What I mean by that is natural medicine, natural remedies, whatever you want to call it, old wives' remedies. I have a younger brother, and he started having seizures when he was about 3 years old. So naturally, my mom used to be a nurse. My grandmother's a nurse on my mom's side. no fear of doctors there. Naturally, the first thing we wanted to do was go get him checked out. So we went to um, the Children's Hospital in Vancouver and spent, I guess, the next 12 years kind of living a lot of the time out there. He had the number one neurologist in Canada on his case. And yeah, he had a lot of medication stuffed into him. Basically, we went through the whole healthcare system in Canada, and I have to say, I was not impressed, and neither was anyone else in my family. The thing is, there's a reason they call it medical practice, and that's because they're literally practicing on you. When he first started having seizures, we went to the hospital. He started on medication. Nothing worked. He would just get the side effects. My younger brother would just get the side effects of everything he tried. They tried so many different medications on him. The side effects kept getting worse. The medications kept getting stronger. Eventually, they tried him on a 2-year-long medical ketogenic diet, which is nothing like your breezy ketogenic diet that is kind of trendy nowadays, or was trendy, I guess, like 2 years ago. Nothing like that. Like, this was a hardcore, down to the last gram, down to the last ounce diet where everything was weighed. He was basically trying to starve the epilepsy out of his system, which didn't work, but did make him look like an Auschwitz survivor. So, use that information how you will. And then my parents were like, they just kept, getting more and listening to the doctors, just following what the doctors suggested. And more of the things they tried seemed to, not work out. And he got all of the side effects with none of the benefits. And when my mom and dad would suggest something, as a natural remedy, even something like marijuana, which, by the way, I am a massive advocate of marijuana when it comes to medical use. I think y'all are idiots if you're smoking it. Like, come on, dude. Get your life together. But for medical use, it's an amazing natural plant. In fact, there's multiple natural plants that I stand behind, even though classically or culturally it might not be agreed upon. My younger brother was one of the first legalized children in Canada to try medical marijuana, and it did help. Unfortunately, none of the neurologists or doctors would, actually work with us for that. We had to go to a completely new doctor to even get him to sign off on it, because for some reason, the medical system really loves to get you to pay for medication, pharmaceutical drugs, and big pharma, I guess is the term they call it, where you pay them a lot of money to get stuff that doesn't work, and in return, they get a lot of money. That's pretty much how it works. That whole thing where it's their slogan, "First do no harm," it's been flipped completely on its head, and I think correctly it should read "First do harm," because that seems to be what they're interested in, not actually helping people, but not helping people, but giving people basically using people as ATMs. So anyway, went through that system. When my parents eventually said, "Hey, we've tried all the medication. Why don't we try taking him off the medication for a little while and see if he can survive that way?" The neurologists and doctors all said, "Sure, you can do that, but we will immediately drop you and have nothing to do with you, and he will be dead at the age of 12. So my parents, at this point, he was on a medication where the two side effects were either permanent blindness or death. My parents were like, "You know what? What are we doing? He's had all the negative reactions to all the medication in the past. Let's take him off. It hasn't helped anything." They took him off. Probably the best decision we've ever done. He's been out of the medical system for years now. He's now 19. He's not dead. The drugs gave him brain damage, which is insane. And we're praying and believing that God is healing him. We believe that he is being healed by God. But it's just a little taste of what the medical system in Canada does. At this point, even doctors, like just your general practitioners, are not really doctors anymore. They get paid by the visit and they want you in and out. And you know what? I don't think doctors get paid enough. I don't think nurses get paid enough. I think they should be paid more. And the reason for that is they need you in and out of their office as fast as possible just to survive on the paycheck, just to actually get that money, get enough money to survive for their job, because they don't get paid enough. They do not. They get paid by the visit and they don't get paid enough. And I think we need family doctors back, where the doctor came to your house to check up on you. And and he didn't. You got to lie in your bed and stay there, and you didn't have to run across, to a walk-in clinic to get help. I think that's very important. We should pay our doctors more, and they should be able to provide, bedside care. That's a big thing. The other thing is we have a free healthcare system, which is great to an extent, but I think it massively takes a toll on the quality of our healthcare. For instance, Mexican healthcare is actually nuts. Like, it's very, very good. If you have been to Mexico to use their healthcare system, you know this. If you have not, you're going to question what I'm saying, but just trust me, as someone who has spent a lot of time in the medical system with my family, it's insane how good it is. And yes, you have to pay out of your pocket, but you actually get results. So it's just, and even like what with the advent of MAID and medical assistance and dying, all that stuff, it's just that our healthcare system in Canada has kind of gone down the drain. And so I kind of want to call out healthcare system, say, hey, we need to pay our doctors more so that they can actually provide proper care to people, because they don't right now. They do not. And you should seriously consider some natural remedies if you're going through some kind of health crisis or issue. Try some natural things, man. Look into it. Look into the natural side of stuff. I've always said I would way rather, you know what? If I have a broken bone, if I've got something physically, if someone stabs me in the arm and I'm bleeding out, yes, please take me to the doctor immediately. But if it's something else, that's the last place I want to go. I would rather die, man. Like, I've seen how it works. I've seen how the system works. I would rather die. Just no hospitals. Terrible idea. Especially after COVID, just all sorts of things went down. And again, this is just my personal opinion. Do with this information as you want, but it's not like it's not something where I'm like telling you what to do. I believe there's lots of good doctors and nurses. I'm friends with them, but I think our healthcare system is incredibly broken and needs to be fixed. And I don't have hard facts or evidence. I could find it, I could get it, but again, these are unscripted topics, unscripted ideas. So no, I don't have hard evidence or facts. I just wanted to share like a bit of that anecdote with you guys and just tell you, hey, we were in the medical system for years. It is a messed up system. Be very, very careful and consider carefully before you get engulfed in that system. And think twice before you just take something that they say is good for you. For instance, one of the medications my brother was taking, it's now being recalled, and it's shown to cause, if you take it for an extended period of time for your children, it causes brain damage. So he was on that for like months and months, multiple doses a day. And you look at that and you go, oh, okay, wow, good to know. Good to know that he was on a medication that causes this, right? Like, crazy. Would it be nice to maybe not have had that medication, you know? So be very careful with the medical system. They're not gods, even if they think they are. And they make mistakes all the time. That's why it's called a practice. The real doctor and the real surgeon, I guess, is Jesus and God. And I highly recommend you read your Bible, find out what God says about healing and how he heals people. And you pray to the practitioner who's actually going to be able to do something for you, instead of the practitioners who will cause greater risk to your life. Now, that is not a recommendation for anyone, just my personal opinion.